Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed Shlita. We are continuing along our learning this week. Please continue davening for Charlei Tzvagana Yisrael, L'Refuah Shalem Ala Am Yisrael, those who need it, safe return of all of our hostages, and our learning is dedicated Le'ili Nishmas, Serena of Daniel, Shimon, Ben Harav Duron V'Shele Hashem Yikum Damo. We're actually going to finish this chapter, which deals with the laws of the army and war. We'll move on to another chapter next. And I also think I will try and re-release the parts that we did on Pesach a while back. The podcasting host doesn't keep them more than 60 days, but I can re-release them, and hopefully you'll be able to access those. Kasher yotzim lamilchama, ba'oyev hakam aleinu l'chalosenu. When we have to go out to war against an enemy that's trying to destroy us, the purpose or the drive is not only to save the Jewish people and to deter and prevent our enemies from rising up against us, but also to rid and eradicate the evil and the evildoers from this world. So, ostensibly, we would like to be kind and extend chesed to all humans in the world. The way Abraham, our patriarch, behaved, he let everyone into his tent. Even idol worshippers, we saw that Abraham, he welcomed them into his tent with love. And he tried to bring them closer to worshiping God, one God, and he didn't judge them, and he still allowed them in his inner circle. The Gemara says that one of the inherent traits of the Jewish people is that we are compassionate, that we do kindness for others. Humans have free choice, though. If any part of humanity chooses to behave wickedly, and they want to inflict harm, they want to kill us, they want to steal from us our holy sacred land that Hashem has given to us. So then there is a mitzvah to forget about human nature and Jewish nature and attributes, but we now have a mitzvah to go to war so that we can destroy them, punish them, and those who support their efforts. And David Hamelech in Shmuel Beis in the 22nd chapter says, Erdafa oivai v'ashmideim v'lo ashuvai kolosam v'achaleim v'emchatzem v'lo yikamun v'yiplu tachas raglai v'tazreini chayla milchamot tachrir kamai tachteni v'oivai tatali oref misanai v'atzmisem yishu v'ein Moshiach l'Hashem v'lo anam v'eshchakim ka'afar art ketit chutzos adikem erkaim hakel anosei nekamos li morid amin tachteni. So this is very poetic language, but David Hamelech is not mincing words, saying what we have to do to our enemies and how we have to destroy them as they have risen up to try and destroy us. Achein, David lo asak rak b'hagana, hu asak gam b'hatkafa yezuma al sana Yisrael. So David Hamelech was not only in defense mode, but he also had to forcefully conquer our enemies and make sure they wouldn't rise up against us. L'tzivo shel David ein roi likrot tzva hagana l'Yisrael, el tzva hatkafa l'Yisrael, or tzva Yisrael. In the army of David Hamelech, we wouldn't call it the Israel Defense Forces, meaning only defense, but rather the army that had to take control, or just the army of Israel. V'tzarech l'das, shekala nilcham b'Yisrael nilcham gam b'ribona shel olam. We have to know that anyone who goes to war with the Jewish people is going to war with Hashem. She'Yisrael him banav, for we are Hashem's children. V'al kain, milchamosav shel David neged sonei Yisrael nikros milchamos Hashem. The wars of King David against the enemies of Israel were called the wars of God, Milchamas Hashem. V'zu gvur musaris, l'chalos min ha'olam es sonei Hashem v'sonei Yisrael. And this type of strength that we have to exhibit, it's a lesson for all of us that we have to get rid of all those who hate Hashem, those who hate us. We have to rid them from this world. And in the merit that David Hamelech was able to conquer so many enemies, he merited that he was able to have the kingship of Israel go through many generations through his bloodline. And he closes his song in Shmuel Beis in the 22nd chapter, Pasuk Nun and Nun Aleph. Al kain odecha Hashem b'goyim l'shimcha zamer, migdol yeshuos malkol v'oseh chesed l'mshicha l'David l'zaro ad olam, as of course we say in benching, l'David l'zaro ad olam, for many generations. But again, David Hamelech not acting merely in defense mode, but also he had to punish and he had to conquer because he was fighting not only for the Jewish people, but for the sake of Hashem. I think we have to think of it in the same way, even though we call ourselves the Israeli Defense Forces, but when our enemies try to destroy us, we have to rise up and completely obliterate them so they cannot have the opportunity to do this again. Thank you so much for listening. We'll begin a new chapter next time. Please continue to daven Tzvagan al Yisrael, Cholei Am Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, and Le'ilu Nishmas, Daniel Shimon Ben, Rav Daron V'Sheli, Hashem Yakum Domo. We'll see you next time.